Ladies and gentlemen, sports enthusiasts, and cosmic explorers, welcome to Cosmic Quartz, a podcast that explores the intersection of sports and astrology.
Today we take you to the very heart of the basketball universe, the 2023 NBA Hall of Fame.
The NBA Hall of Fame is a place where legends are not just celebrated, but immortalized. It's a realm where history meets the hardwood, and where the spirit of the game lives on.
What makes the Hall of Fame so profoundly important? It's more than just a collection of achievements. It's a testament to the enduring love for this beautiful game.
It's where players from all walks of life are honored for their powerful impact within the NBA.
And today, right here in Cosmic Quartz, we embark on a captivating journey. We're diving deep into the 2023 NBA Hall of Fame class, exploring the stories, the legacies, and how astrology comes into play.
Let's embark on this cosmic journey together, celebrating the legends of basketball. Hi, we're going to give our little intro here since this is our first podcast. My name is Elizabeth.
And my name is Michael.
We're a couple here in South Florida that we're interested in sports and astrology. Well, mainly Michael is interested in sports. It's like his favorite thing.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I was born and raised down here, so all of my favorite teams are South Florida teams. But I do draw the line from Orlando up. Just strictly South Florida.
Yeah, we're like South Florida, Miami fans, Dolphins, Heat, Marlins,
Panthers.
Yeah.
You name it.
Even though we've never gone to a Panthers game,
No,
we should definitely go.
We should go. I heard that's just crazy.
Yeah, and now that we have the Inter Miami down here, that'd be super cool to go to.
It's so expensive now. Like, it's just as messy got here.
Yes.
It used to be like $20 and you can get like almost right there. And now it's like, it's insane.
Right. It's crazy. But yeah, so we decided to do a podcast together because Michael's very smart about sports.
Passionate, I'd say.
Very passionate. Yeah. He loves it. He's always watching a game. And I am always talking about Zodiac signs. Like, I want to know people's Zodiac signs as soon as I meet them. So, like, we just thought, let's mesh them together and see what comes out.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty excited because I've never thought of sports like in this way.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you like read my birth chart and like you tell me about the moon and stuff like that. So I'm wondering like how that would affect these players. Like, how is it entwined to sports? So
yeah, I never looked at it from that perspective either. And to know about like these people that dedicate so much time to sports and it's like their passion. I mean, I think that astrology might have to do with it. Obviously their talent too. Like, yeah, they work hard for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, I'm not the expert in astrology. It's more like a hobby for me. So just think of this as like entertainment purposes, and obviously like talking about sports news and talking about different teams. Like, we're trying to make it as creative as possible. And yeah, so today we're talking about the NBA Hall of Fame. Yeah, do you want to tell me a little bit about it? Because I have no idea what it's about.
Yeah, so every year they like induct these players throughout history. It could be a player, it could be a coach, even referees, which I had no idea, but yeah, they elect them. They basically do a little voting process, and so, but yeah, basically it's the best of the best.
Yeah,
that they
like
vote
a
in.
Museum.
Yeah,
or something.
It's a museum, so they're enshrined. And they get a jacket. They get a couple things that show them that they're part of basically it's like a club, but they're so great that they are enriched forever and where they're being held.
Nice. So it's kind of like the last thing that players in the NBA want to be like.
Yeah, it's like win a championship. The next biggest thing for them would be the Hall of Fame. And most times they feel that the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, they feel like that's actually higher level than just winning a championship. Because I know one of the players, Charles Barkley, you know, back in the 90s, and he was really amazing center. But he never won a championship. But he gotten close, but he's never won a championship, but he's in the Hall of Fame. Wow. So it's not just about winning a championship in their eyes. Like, there's a lot that goes into like deciding who actually gets honored to be in that Hall of Fame.
That's very cool to know about that, because I guess to be in that position, it's like that's your ultimate goal, to be remembered that way for so many years in a sport, you know. But yeah, so we wanted to go over the nominees or the winners, right? The winners for this year.
Yeah, the winners. The nominees. But they won.
Yeah. For this year, one of your favorite players was actually nominated this year.
About time.
So I guess we'll start with the first nominee.
And every new NBA season offers a chance to get to know some of the new potential superstars, like 20-year-old Dirk Nowitzki. Who, you ask? Well, the Dallas Mavericks thought highly enough of Nowitzki to engineer a draft day trade with the Bucks after they'd selected him with the 9th overall pick.
Dirk Nowitzki, an incredible player. For his type of shooting, being a center was honestly revolutionary. I feel like because he was so great at scoring all different ways, shooting threes, you know, in the paint, even mid court, he would make everything. And I feel like that's, now you see centers nowadays in the NBA where it's like, if you don't shoot three, you can't even be a center. And during the time that he was playing, they never even thought of shooting a three. If that center, that fifth player would shoot a three, they get benched immediately. It's like, you're crazy. But he just changed it. And I feel like he honestly carved the path to what centers are right now, where it's completely open, shooting three, driving, everything. But yeah, we could definitely talk a little bit more about him personally. He was actually international. At this point, he's already retired. He was actually from Germany, and honestly, yeah, he was regarded honestly as one of the greatest power forwards. Like he was a center size wise, but he has such shooting talent that they actually consider him a power forward, which is crazy. Wow. Yeah,
I feel like I learned about this is gonna sound so stupid, but I feel like I've learned about the Dallas Mavericks because of him. Like he was one of their best players, and I think he played the Heat. They played the Heat
plenty of times,
and that was like a crazy, like during the playoffs. No, there was a playoff that we played them
twice.
And like I remember I was just watching the game and just mad. I was like, "Who is this guy?" And I needed to find out who he was because I was like, "No way."
He was killing us.
Yeah,
no way. And we had Bosch defending
crazy.
him.
Yes,
and he just had such separation and so quick to shoot that even Bosch, the size that Bosch is, still couldn't affect it. I mean, he was hitting everything.
Nowitzki, high arcing three. Oh! A rainbow goes through. Look at the rainbow jump shot by Dirk Nowitzki. My goodness. That's as high as the shot clock.
But yeah, no, he won against us. Well, remember when we first got LeBron, he won that first championship that we finally got to the finals with him.
Wow.
But then with the second year, the next year after that, it was a rematch. We met them again. And that was when Dallas was the best that Dallas was. Honestly, before I don't believe that they won championships. But when he was on that team,
he like dominating.
That's
crazy. Yeah, and then like you said, the championship that he won.
2011. Yeah, he won
against the Miami Heat.
It was actually the Mavericks' first championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta give it up to the fellas. They were unbelievable tonight. It really carried me to this win.
NBA Finals champion. How does that sound?
Unbelievable. We'll take it. Thank you, sir.
Dirk Nowitzki, 10-time All-Star, 1 NBA MVP, 1 NBA Finals MVP, and 1 champion.
The atmosphere was insane. I believe it went to like 6 or 7 games. So it was a crazy series. I remember watching that as a kid with my brother and my dad. And let me tell you, it's like, it was like when San Antonio at that time with Kawhi Leonard, where the Kawhi Leonard would come out and LeBron would say, just fuck. Like, damn it, he's coming out. Now the play different. Now he's going to disrupt. That was us with Dirk Nowitzki. Every time we saw him there, it's insane. It's insane.
I remember my mom during the final, she's like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Like, he keeps like winning and dominating. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he actually even became like the highest scoring foreign player.
Wow.
In NBA history. So it's incredible. And honestly, it broke a lot of barriers too, because at that time, it wasn't a lot of European MVPs. Like how you see now, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jovic, like the past 3-4 MVPs have been foreign.
Yeah.
So that just it gives like another incentive, another reason, like for those those players in FIBA in the Euro League, like, oh wow, I mean, if the Europeans are dominating
to
the
the
NBA, I could do it too.
No, and I feel like they're even better players at this point. Like they're straight competition coming from Europe.
Yeah, because it's an all age market. I mean, a prime example of that is Luka Doncic, who's in Dallas right now, and he worked a lot with Dirk Nowitzki when he first got here, because again, Dirk Nowitzki came from overseas, and now he's one of our best players in the NBA. And now it's open field. Now it's everything, because when Luka Doncic was in playing Euro basketball, he was in Real Madrid. He was 15 years old playing against late 20s. He even played against Team USA.
So he went from soccer to basketball?
No, FIBA, not FIFA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
FIFA is soccer. FIBA.
you said Barcelona, so
Real Madrid.
Got it.
But no, there is the same teams. Like there's Real Madrid basketball.
wow. You learned something new.
Yep. And let me tell
Keep
you.
on learning.
Yeah.
So
But
so he had a very impactful legacy, I would say.
I would say so. I mean, all around. And he honestly was just an amazing person outside of basketball. He was, had a great family, man. He was all about the community.
Yeah.
I mean, he was honestly a pinnacle of just how to be a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, I respected him. Obviously, we're going against him. I want us to win no matter what. But let me tell you, it's like
Seeing him play,
it's like, man, you got to respect it. Like just when he has the ball, you just get nervous. You don't know what he could do, and he does it all. There's actually a move that he's famous for. It's like a step back like shot. I'm not sure what it is, but one of our players recently, the one-legged fadeaway jump shot. That's at his size, impossible to defend. And now players nowadays are using it like crazy because it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give my astrology opinion on what makes him such a great center. And obviously a lot of people don't know about the moon sign, like your moon sign, your sun sign, and how that affects your birth chart. People, when they typically look at astrology, they just look at your sun sign. And what that means is that when you were born, the sun was in a particular spot, and particular constellation.
Constellation, okay.
Exactly. So I'll go into just a little bit of the basics for now, because I would want to keep it simple, and then over time we'll go into more detail.
Okay.
So his sun, your sun represents your personality.
Okay.
So that's what's overall
The most reflected.
the most important. It's like the CEO at the head of the table.
Okay.
Like that's your sun
That
side.
makes sense. Okay.
His sun is in Gemini. So Geminis are very social people. They're adaptable. They, like you said, he shot threes and he was a center. So they're adaptable. They're able to do various things at once, to different playing styles and strategies, which allows them to thrive in basketball situations.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's already coinciding so far.
Yeah. And they're, like I said, they're very good at communication, which is important in basketball, to talk to your teammates, to do different.
He was never afraid to talk with an accent. Doesn't matter. He would have to communicate.
Yeah. And just to like communicate plays.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. I think doesn't a center kind of like determine the play? Kind of.
I think at the time, because he was, regarded as the best player of the team. I believe he was a captain. So a lot of times he would set up plays. Like centers, they do run a lot of plays because they're setting screens. You could do a pick and roll with him, pick and pop. And nowadays you see more now of a center playing a point guard role. But at that time you would still use them. Like they would use them at the top of the key to help like a shooting guard or point guard kind of like drive around them and then go for the basket. If they get a switch and they get doing that, they can get a screen, and the player defending that point guard can switch to in this case Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah. And the big guy who's guarding him now goes to the point guard. So the point guard has an advantage. Oh, this guy's bigger, he's slower. Oh, I'm gonna drive right around him. Or he kicks it, he dribbles it right back to Dirk, and he has the upper hand too because he's
So he has to
defended
be
by a
like
shorter guy.
open for anything, any possible.
Those are
possible situation.
all of those triggers all happen because of him. Because of the
So
first
he's
screen
adaptable like a Gemini.
yeah, like they use him perfectly in any scheme.
Yeah.
It's very important. The center is extremely important.
And the fact that you said that he was a captain, like I feel like Geminis are very strong leaders. Like what they say is very strong. Like my mom is a Gemini and she's very like whatever she says, it's very profound. So the fact that they made him a captain kind of explains
coincides with that.
Yeah. Because it's also like his hard work, obviously.
Yeah.
And like I said, his versatility to be able to play multiple positions and excel, such as shooting, passing, defending.
Yeah, they put him in a position where like they had to shoot him, and if the shot clock is going down, they would rely on him to take the last shot because he was that good.
Yeah.
He was that good. He earned that right to be able to take those minutes using those balls.
Yeah. So next, let's talk about his moon sign. Okay. So the moon has to do more with your emotions. The moon affects us the most because it's the closest to us. I think that if you really want to know someone, you should know their moon sign because it'll tell you how they deeply feel and what drives them when it comes to their emotions and their passions. His moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is known to be adventurous. Okay. They're associated with adventure, free-spirited nature. They have a strong desire for exploring new experiences. So it could
that transition right there.
Yeah, his transition from going from Europe
League
to
the
here.
NBA.
And obviously that's more common now, but back then
it was difficult. You had to be incredibly good.
Yeah.
Over there to be considered to be drafted. I believe he was drafted. So that's another incredible feat.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sagittarius are optimistic. They have like a great outlook in life. That could explain him being captain as well because he probably motivated so many people in that position and
probably relatable too then.
Yeah. Yeah. And just having like relentless energy and restless energy.
Yeah, he would, man. He would not stop.
Yeah.
In those finals, it was incredible how he would. Like Dwayne Wade, he was even talking about it. Like for him, Dwayne Wade said, I believe, that it being considered under the same class year of this class with him is incredible.
Yeah.
And they would go at it. Mm-hmm. They would go at it together. So just for Dwayne Wade to say that, it's like playing against Kobe.
Yeah.
Where like no matter what, Kobe's gonna give you everything, and he's gonna give you so much respect.
Yeah.
And another player too, like in those times like while we played against San Antonio. Another players like that, like Kawhi Leonard's really good. Tony Parker was incredible as well there. So I mean,
yeah, we're going to talk about Tony Parker next because he was also indicted.
As an incredible class, let me tell you, so many great players.
Indicted?
Yeah. Inducted.
Into what does indicted mean?
I think indicted is like when you actually get arrested or something.
He was arrested.
He was indicted. Indicted for fraud. Like if you get called in.
He was indicted. Sorry, guys.
Inducted.
Into the Hall of Fame.
No, this class is incredible. I mean, this class. I'm 29 right now, and I've seen all these players play. And if I asked my father, who's like 58, 60, he's seen all these players play.
That's incredible.
This is all this class is it's a testament to how much audience the NBA has.
Yeah, it's grown so much, honestly. So about Tony Parker. Yeah. I've never heard of Tony Parker. I would love to learn more. While we were doing the research for this, I did research for the players and their birth charts. So that's when I got to know a little bit more about them. So it's interesting to finally see it, but now I'll pay more attention.
Yeah, he was part of that big three where there was Tim Duncan at the center, Manu Ginobili.
It's a 4-on-2. Parker, Ginobili on the head fake back to Parker. Parker, yes!
He's also international.
Yeah, he's also international.
Belgium.
Yeah, from Belgium. So another player. Yeah, another player from Europe. It was incredible. He was an incredible player. I mean, he the passes he would do, the way he would set up his players, he was just dominant in the point guard position.
Look look at Parker. Oh my goodness.
Back to Bowen. Good rotation to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Tony whirls and scores.
And he's won those championships. Again, it was Dallas playing against Miami at that time. And then it was San Antonio. Like I was saying about Kawhi Leonard, he was on that team at the time as well.
Wow.
And it was just an incredible finals. Incredible finals. San Antonio, obviously, they have an amazing coach, which I believe he was inducted as well. But their culture is extremely well. That culture, they have set a standard of work and just commitment.
Now they got Wembanyama, right?
Yeah, they got the first round pick of this year, which is Victor Wembanyama, the French.
That kid is insane.
It's like
I've never seen anybody play like this since these players used to play. Like during that time.
They're regarding him since like LeBron.
Wow.
First got drafted. And right now, to compare it to like an active player, they say Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant is basically unstoppable.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about a guy who's even
Kevin
taller
Durant
than that.
plays for
Phoenix Suns. And yeah, but that was when he originally how he got when he was really good was when he was in OKC with Russell Westbrook, and Steven Adams, that team right there. So he was nasty then. And then James Harden, that was that big three that they had. But yeah, going back to Tony Parker, he was like I said, he had the success for the championship. You know, he won
French too.
Yeah.
Well, it's Belgium.
No, Belgium. But yeah, he won the championship. He won in 03, 05, 07, 2014 when we're battling with the Heat. And he even got MVP on the 2007 championship. So he has
NBA NBA All-Star 6-time during his career. Wow.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, just the championships alone, that's stacked.
And he's a point guard.
Yeah, he's a point guard. So they really used him really well.
Wow, that's amazing. And then after the Spurs, he went to the Hornets.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets. And that's where he kind of like is already retiring. Yeah. He kind of slowed down.
He only played one season.
Yeah, he played one season but he also did win a championship over in Europe as well. Wow. 2003, 2015, he won gold medals with France.
Amazing.
Yeah. And now he's just retired since 2008-19 after 18 years.
Wow.
Which was just an end of an era, honestly. It was the end of an era.
Yeah, so a little bit astrologically about Tony Parker. Like I said, the sun represents your overall personality, and his sun is in Taurus. Mm-hmm. Tauruses are my favorite. I'm a Virgo, and Michael's a Cancer.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say that. Let's just tell them our signs.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer.
Well, I'm a Virgo, and Tauruses are one of my favorites signs ever, because I don't know.
I can't say anything. My Scorpios are my favorite sign, so I can't even hate.
Yeah. So...
But why do you say that's your favorite sign?
They're just grounded, practical people. Like they just like give off so much confidence, and it's effortless. It's like effortless confidence. Do you feel like Tony Parker was like effortlessly confident?
I mean, he was confident for sure because he would be making shots.
Oh yeah.
But he sometimes the passes he would do, the setup of the plays, it looked effortless for sure.
Yeah, I could imagine as a point guard, like
yeah. And you know what's crazy? He was barely ever injured too. Like he would stay out in the game a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tauruses are known to be determined, practical, reliable. Oh, very reliable people. They have a strong work ethic and pursuing their goals. Like they're really after their goals.
That's a pinnacle because his resume is just elite.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much checking off all those boxes off just by looking at his resume.
Yeah, they just work hard and they like endure challenges effortlessly, like I said. So for him to be indicted into the Hall of Fame, it's like effortless. I would say. I mean, it's not effortless because he put effort, but it looks like Tauruses give off that.
It doesn't look like he's doing much, but he is definitely.
Like it's pure talent, basically. Okay. Like it's natural born talent. That's what Tauruses come off to be. Like they come off as like natural born talent.
Yeah.
Yes, they work hard, but they make it look beautiful.
Got it.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
That's what I mean by that.
Okay, that's cool.
So that can have an effect.
For sure.
And moon in Pisces.
So what does that mean?
Pisces, like I said, moon is your emotions. And Pisces is it's the oldest sign in the zodiac. So
All this,
what I mean by that is that it's the last sign in the zodiac.
like in the chart?
Yes. So
Okay.
they have the most, I would say, intuitive power. They're the most wise. That's what they're known for being. Wise, intuitive, very emotionally connected people.
Got it. Okay.
Empathetic, creative, emotionally sensitive. They have a strong intuition and can be adaptable for different situations. And Tony Parker's moon in Pisces might indicate his emotional depth and creativity, which could have contributions to his style of playing on the court, you know?
Got it.
And his ability to read the game and making those intuitive decisions as a point
decisions,
guard,
yeah.
you know? You, as a point guard,
You have to.
You have to.
That just goes hand in hand. You have to make quick decisions.
Yeah.
And it has to be clean. You can't turn over the ball.
exactly. So
What's the youngest sign in the chart then? If that's the
Aries.
oldest? Aries.
Aries is the youngest sign. Aries, they're the baby of the sign. So if you were to look at people that are Aries, they're a little bit, they live in the present moment. They make quick decisions. They're very like now or never, like
Got it. Okay.
like a kid.
Got it. Okay.
And then Pisces are known as the oldest, the wisest.
yeah, they'll like, it's a little bit more of a process.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Exactly. So whenever someone has Pisces in their chart, especially when it comes to the moon, that is very strong to have your moon in Pisces. But yeah, so that's Tony Parker, amazing career. And now we're going to move on to one of the best players, in my opinion.
With the 5th pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Dwayne Wade from Marquette University.
Dwayne Wade.
D Wade.
D Wade. Everybody in Miami knows who this man is. He's basically our mayor.
Wade County.
Wade County.
Wade County, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally is our mayor. I wish he was our mayor. I would vote for him.
Yeah, just the way he plays and the way he is with his family and the way he is with our community. Like, oh my God.
Incredible. I remember I was watching his farewell tour, like basically his last year. And one of the last games, they started like putting all his best moments of the community. And there's so many times where it breaks me down because it's just so beautiful.
And just like apart from the community, just his impact on the court.
Yeah.
Thomas, Wade with a steal, with 2. Wade puts it up for the win. Yeah, baby! He did it! Dwayne Wade with the steal and the game winner! Do you believe that? One of the great moments, one of the great plays made by one of the game's greatest players. Can you do any more than Dwayne Wade has done?
No, it's
Amazing.
incredible. I remember, so before he went to the before we drafted him, he was born in Chicago, and he played for Marquette, which a lot of players that we actually have on our team, or that eventually are on our team, are from Marquette. They're like, that university has something to do with NBA players where they're just extremely tough. They finish, they push through contact. So it's crazy that he and a lot of players that we actually pick up as them. But yeah, we did draft him. He was with us for a long time, and then he went to Chicago because he's always wanted to play in Chicago.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, it was his dream, and then he went to Cleveland.
Yeah, I remember when he was in Cleveland.
And then he came back. But yeah, he got that. He got us those 3 championships. The first one in 2006, which has really helped us, like, put us out there as like a true contender. When he was with Shaq, it was just an incredible team, honestly. And that's when he got the NBA. That's when he actually got finals that year. He was averaging like 34.7 points a game, which is nuts.
That's
in a
insane.
Final. It's insane. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he was named like All-Star 13 times throughout his career.
Shooting guard.
Yeah,
Shooting guard.
shooting guard.
So what's the difference between a shooting guard and a point guard?
The difference between the shooting guard and the point guard is that the point guard is the one who sets up the play. Like, say the coach does a gesture, then the point guard is like, okay, I know I gotta start with the ball, and I gotta tell players, oh, I gotta set up over here, set up over there. Shooting guard is just the next level after that. It's like the point guard is the one. There's 1 through 5, 5 being the center, 1 being the point guard. The shooting guard is like 2.
Got it.
It's a person where he can take over for the point guard. Like if the point guard needs to run something, or if he gets like congested with like players around him surrounding him, he'll kick it out to the shooting guard, and the shooting guard either look for his own shot, or he'll, in the midst of doing that, he'll make a correct decision and pass it out to a player, or within that set up a play. Very similar to a point guard. Okay. You're just more like emphasis on them shooting, because the point guard is not to shoot. Like that's not their first thought. They
are more to pass the ball around
exactly
to the person that's going to shoot.
Exactly.
So like Kyle Lowry. He's
a point guard. You see him, you never see his first thing is to shoot. It's always,
he does it like if he sees the opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's like, oh, this is I have to shoot. This is an opportunity I can't lose. Time's running down.
Who would be an example of a shooting guard besides Dwayne Wade? Like someone that I would know.
Like someone that you would right now in the Heat, a shooting guard would be Josh Richardson.
Josh Richardson. Would it be like Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler is like a shooting forward.
Got it.
So he's like
I feel like Jimmy Butler he could be anything.
Yeah, he could be anything, but he's a forward. He's too big to be a point guard. Point guards are usually, because they have to be so quick.
Yeah,
they're usually a little bit smaller. It'd be like right now, it'd be like Josh Richardson. Mm-hmm. Highsmith is definitely a power forward. So Highsmith is
Drew Smith is like a shooting guard.
No, he's a point guard.
Point guard
for sure. Oh yeah, but yeah, shooting guard like that.
But I feel like Drew Smith makes really good points. He's really good at shooting. Like
you
very accurate.
NBA players got to shoot. You gotta know how to shoot. Like that's, if you don't know how to shoot, you're not gonna be in the NBA. So that's just like a standard.
Yeah.
But for them, what they see is plus minus, which means how many more points are we having over the team when I'm on the floor? Mm-hmm. Less turnovers, clear communication. They're the ones communicating every play. They're the ones that have to know the play that's setting up. So it's a very important thing. But yeah, he also did the FIBA the World Cup.
Oh, he went to Europe and he did it?
Yeah, he did it. He got in 2008 in 2012 in the Summer Olympics. He got gold.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And also then I told you after that after Miami, he went to Chicago. That was his dream of his. He went to Cleveland. After that, he wanted to go back to Miami for final season.
I remember seeing. We actually went to one of those games and to actually see him play. It was bittersweet. It was beautiful to see him in the Vice jerseys.
It was dope.
It was so nice.
It was so clean. We had a really good run. Really good jerseys, man.
So dope.
But yeah, he played 16 seasons. He was just everything for us. He culture. What he culture is right now, relentless. Just dog. Just fighting.
He's never giving up. Him and Udonis.
Yeah, has
Heat culture.
Heat culture for sure. But yeah, I mean, he was up there. He's up there in shooting guards. Like he's up there. They say it's Michael Jordan or Kobe. There's always that debate.
Yeah.
And then the third one is Dwayne Wade.
Wow.
That's how, man, he's incredible. Wow. If you just look on YouTube, his old clips, he would make shots where it's like, how is this guy doing this? And he's so small, like compared to the rest of the players. But yeah, he was incredible. Even off the court, because he has a trans daughter now.
Yeah.
And he's an advocate for the LGBTQ plus community because of that, and he's supported her.
Beautiful. And she's oh my god, she's so beautiful. Yeah. I love her pictures and her outfits. I see them on Instagram.
And you would think that's not easy, being an NBA player, because his other son's his other child, his son.
He plays in basketball.
Zaire Wade. And you would think as a basketball player, you want your sons, your children to run into your legacy,
Yeah.
And for him to accept her, I don't want to play basketball, I want to do this, and not even question it, just support her.
And Gabrielle Union, she's an amazing mother, and I remember we saw her at the game when we went. We saw her sitting there
cheering,
and I was like, oh my god, I used to see her growing up with her boobies. But yeah, so let's talk about his his sun and his moon sign.
His sun is the moon sign.
So he is Capricorn.
Okay.
So his sun is in Capricorn, which for me explains a lot. Explains Capricorns are all about their business. They're all about, I need to accomplish my goals, and they're very ambitious people, goal oriented. So they're all about like wanting to achieve certain things.
Okay.
And yeah, they have like a sense of responsibility, and they have a drive to achieve their dreams. So it just explains Wade, because he's so passionate. He was so passionate on the court, seeing him work so hard for what he got, his accomplishments. And Dwayne Wade's sun in Capricorn might suggest his determination, his focus, and his ability to set and work towards his legendary career at the NBA.
For sure. I mean, that goes hand in hand and everything. I mean, honestly.
And Capricorn is the earth sign. So I'm a Virgo. And a lot of Virgos are in the NBA are, like you said, Kobe is a Virgo.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler is a Virgo.
He's a Virgo, and he's very Michael Jordan-esque. So,
yeah, I don't know what Michael Jordan is.
I don't know either.
I'd have to look that up.
But I mean, those two names are
And then
incredible.
Dwayne Wade is a Capricorn. If it doesn't tell you, and then Tony Parker is a Taurus. If it doesn't tell you that earth signs dominate the NBA, then I don't know what else. We're just really good.
I don't know about that. There's some cancers out there. Let me tell you, Bam Adebayo.
Oh, Bam Adebayo.
He's a cancer.
He loves his mom, just like every cancer.
I love it. Yeah, mommies are the best.
Yeah. And then he has his moon in Scorpio.
What's that mean?
So Scorpios are intense. They're passionate.
For sure.
They're determined. If they said they're going to get something, they're going to get it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to get there. And they have a strong desire for success and their ability to handle challenges.
Okay.
So
for sure.
We know a lot of Scorpios, and like they're very, I wouldn't say they sometimes hold grudges, but I wouldn't say that they just hold on to something and they want it. Like, I want it now.
Yeah, and they'll do what they can to get it. Like,
exactly.
they don't like, I'll wait for they don't make an excuse. Yeah, they just, that's what they want. They know what they want and they go for it. Okay.
Yeah, and people when they tend to think of Scorpios, they think of them as like mysterious and like strong. Like when you first heard of Scorpios, like they think, they're very sexual people, right?
Okay.
Did you ever think of them that way? Like, I don't know if you heard about Scorpios before me.
I have a homeboy that's a Scorpio. I just don't think I ever think sexually about him.
I mean, people have this like bias of Scorpios being like the sexual sign, like the flirtatious sign. But they could be like that at times. But I would say what's more strong about a Scorpio is that they're passionate and like loving and caring and determined.
Okay.
Like their emotions are super intertwined with how they are. And him having his moon in Scorpio, which is about emotion, just intensifies it.
Everything that he had prior to that.
Yeah. So he's just like passionate with the Capricorn.
And in the Scorpio, it just intensifies that one thing there.
Yeah, it just works so good. It's just it makes a person that has a actual practical plan and achieves it because of his passion. So it's beautiful to see that. And like seeing the rest of his birth chart, he just has a bunch of he has a good mix of everything. I couldn't find the rising signs of a lot of these players because obviously we don't know what time they were born. But for some of them I did. But I'm just going to keep it on the basis of the sun and the moon. So yeah.
I like that.
Very, very well-rounded player. Dwayne Wade, a legend. Love him.
I mean, the chart definitely reflects his achievements for sure.
Yeah. So next we're going to talk about coach.
That's it. History is made. Greg Popovich moves past Don Nelson as the all-time winningest coach in NBA history. 1,336 regular season victories.
Tony Parker's coach, Greg Popovich.
Oh, he's Tony Parker's coach. Wow, to be indicted. I keep saying indicted.
She wants everybody arrested. She wants everybody arresting people.
To be inducted with your coach. That's insane.
And he's an active coach.
I've heard of Greg. Yeah.
Most coaches that are inducted, and you're about to make me say it, inducted into the Hall of Fame are either posthumous or already after they're already retired.
30, yeah.
He's still coaching.
And it's crazy. I was reading about him. He was in the Air Force. He was part of the United States Air Force Academy, and he played basketball for the Air Force, and he earned a degree in Soviet studies.
In Soviet studies? Yeah. It was like during the Cold War?
I have no idea. I didn't see what year that was.
Yeah, if he was born in like 1949, then I mean Soviet studies had to be the Cold War, probably like 70s, late 70s. He was there.
He was in the Air Force for 5 years.
Wow.
And then he went straight into coaching basketball.
Wow, that's crazy. That he just went straight into. I mean, he did play basketball, so
yeah.
I guess it's like, yeah, if I can't play basketball, I'll coach it.
It's crazy.
Turned out great for him because he had a hell of a career. But yeah, he was a coach for the Spurs. He started in 1988. Wow, what a time for the 80s in basketball. I wish I was able to see that. So many amazing players during that time.
That's when the Miami Heat started, right? Around the 80s?
Around the 86. 86.
Wow.
He was there. He was started as an assistant coach, but then 1996 he became the head coach ever since then.
Wow. Yeah. And he's still the coach.
He's still the coach. I mean, like I said, the Spurs, they created an incredible culture. And right now they're regarded as one of the best franchises, they say, in NBA history. But I feel like in the United States of America, one of the best franchises throughout all sports. Like, he was crazy. And obviously he won the championships in 1999, 2003, 05, 07, 2014, which was with Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. But yeah, but his coaching style was very direct. Like, he had no bullshit. This is what I need from you. If I don't get it, you're gonna get benched. Wow. Like, he commanded you to be your best. And a lot of times they had a funny thing about the Spurs being soulless. They was use that against them because he would have them so consistent, doing the same thing over and over, working so hard, even in practice, just to win a basketball game that it obviously worked out because he won championships. Yeah. But yeah, they would make fun of that. They would say, "Oh, they're soulless because they follow the same routine over and over like a zombie." But obviously, it was all for a good reason.
Yeah, look at them now. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, and also again, a lot of the same narratives about the rest of these people and the players and the Hall of Fame is that it goes beyond basketball.
Yeah,
outside of community, for social justice, equality. Even in engagement on the politics, sometimes in his own state, in the state of Texas, there's times where those politicians would pass laws, and he would take the time. He would use his platform, doing the interviews, post-game interviews, to address it, and choosing a platform.
That's what I love about basketball and why it's one of my favorite sports. I'm not an expert like you, but it's just like the players. They are actually the players and the coaches and all the staff are so involved in the community that they're playing in. And it's like they're involved for holidays, giving back and being a part of like teaching kids how to play basketball, like the summer camps and stuff. It's really cool. And stuff like that, yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And I guess it goes to the commission. They let them do it. They let them express however they want. If it's even for something that would be considered controversial, or is it against it? It's open. Yeah. As a right as a United States citizen. That's their right. Why would they take it away from them? So it's awesome to see. And he also coached USA basketball. He coached them when they won gold in 2019 and 2021, which is the most recent one. Wow. Yeah, so he's done it all. He has championships, gold medals. Good coach. Yeah, an incredible coach. And Victor Wembanyama, he got lucky that he went to the Spurs. Yeah, right. Because it's just an incredible platform. It's just an incredible team. It's gonna increase him as a player. Like, if he's a crazy player now, imagine him like a few years. Imagine him right now, half of the year with him. Incredible. The amount of and if he has Popovich as a coach, you said that he coaches in a no nonsense way, it's just gonna make him even better. It's gonna make him even better. And he's going to teach him how to act like a professional on the court and off the court. Great team to enter. And you already see him pairing him with Tony Parker, with Manu Ginobili. He's just like, he's taking the time to like, I'm gonna just have you soak in all of this knowledge whenever you want.
So he's incredible. You know, he is no nonsense, but he has a lot of love and a lot of respect.
Yeah. So astrologically, his sun is in Aquarius. And I would say Aquariuses are very independent people. They're known to be forward-thinking, innovative. They have a strong sense of social justice. And like with his coaching style, he brings new ideas and strategies to the game. He's known to adapting to changing trends. And he uses those methods as he thinks I would say Aquariuses think very differently. Like they find new
Very
strategies out of the box. Exactly. So they see things in a different way that people might not think of it. And they're very smart because of it. And they make good leaders because of it. They said Jesus was an Aquarius.
What?
Yeah.
They given Jesus a zodiac sign? He's an Aquarius?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he did move water, right?
Wasn't that Noah?
No, that was Noah.
That shows you what we know.
Different God.
But yeah, Aquariuses are just like super smart, super innovative. Like you said, no nonsense. The whole no nonsense coaching, that makes sense because Aquariuses are known to be a little bit detached and like emotionally detached.
Okay.
So they think
More
logically sometimes,
okay.
yeah. But they also think out of the box. So they think logically, but out of the box.
Got it. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're not constricted.
And it makes it even more intense because his moon is in Aquarius as well, which is one of my favorite moon signs.
Hey,
Aquarius
for
moon.
Aquarius moon signs.
Give it up for Aquarius moon signs. Their emotion, if his moon and his sun are the same, then he's just, when he says something, he means it. Like he means it emotionally and he means it like outwardly. And he has he also has his Mars in Aquarius, which I'm not going to get into Mars. That'll be another time. But
I mean,
his moon,
all three is in Aquarius.
yeah, and he also has his Mercury in Aquarius. So when he's about his business, he means everything wholeheartedly. And that's probably why it makes him such a great coach because he is completely honest.
Yeah, straightforward.
Every way. There's no
shooting around the bush.
There's no shit show. It's like all honesty.
Wow,
and
that's incredible.
he has the ability to remain emotionally detached and objective in high pressure situations, leading them through all those championships. So yeah, so great career, great. Popovich still going.
He has a lot of his on his plate with the new Victor Wembanyama player, but
Yeah,
that's awesome. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Great. I'm happy for that. I'm super happy for that. He's a future.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Wembanyama's future. European players are a future in the NBA, and I just love to see competition.
Yeah.
So if that just opens the door for more players who are amazing over there, but they think that they're not that as good as over here, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, amazing. All right, the next one and our final nominee is
Inducted.
inducted.
Yeah.
Inducted?
Yeah, inducted. He's inducted.
Sorry.
It's past tense because he's already in and not indicted. Inducted because he's not a nominee. Nominees, he hasn't got any.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. This is more for a professional for everybody else to know. So yeah, Paul Gasol, Spanish.
Hey, he's from Barcelona. One of my favorite cities.
But yeah, he's retired from Spanish. Another European. You picked like all these European players.
Well, I didn't pick them. They were.
Yeah, you're right. You're in
the Hall of Fame.
You're in the Hall of Fame. Wow, but it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 Americans so far, and then the rest are all European.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking a bit more about him, obviously he's retired now. Played in Spain for the professional basketball team there.
FC Barcelona.
Born in the 80s. He got drafted he got selected by the Atlanta Hawks, 3rd overall pick in the first round in 2001. Oh, but then they traded him to the Grizzlies on draft day. Wow. Okay.
They said,
I did not know that. He's so good that I didn't think.
Yo no soy de Barcelona, yo soy Madrid.
No, te vas para Memphis entonces. Wow, and he won Rookie of the Year in 2002. So the first year, he's already made an impact because it's not easy to win Rookie of the Year. There's so many young players. And
the following year, he made Rookie of the Year. That's crazy.
No, the first year.
First year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year. Rookies is when your first year playing.
Wow.
Yeah. And while he was in Memphis, he became the franchise all-leading scorer.
Wow.
He was a 2-time NBA All-Star during that time as well. But then he got traded to the Lakers, and that's when shit got really crazy.
He played with Kobe?
He played with Kobe.
Orlando over the limit right now, so any foul puts LA at the free throw line. Bryant looks inside, finds Gasol. Gasol, count it, and a foul as the Lakers go up by 5.
Oh man, him and Kobe, they're like family. Family. It's a beautiful thing to see. They're literally up and down
Kobe.
together. I know.
My heart.
It's tough. It's, may God rest his
That's
soul.
when everything, like, I feel like we went into a new
Era.
not era. We went into a new universe. This is a little too deep. When Kobe died, I feel like everything, like, I feel like I entered a new world. Like, I'm like, where am I? You know what I mean? It was weird.
It was devastating.
It was devastating.
He was just retired, like I think second year, third year being
With his
retired.
daughter.
And then the rest of those poor souls on that helicopter.
Yeah.
It's
Everybody.
a freak accident.
Yeah.
And then the NBA, the way he reacted for that was crazy. But when they were together,
played really good.
They played amazing together, though. It was hand in hand.
And that's where I got to know the person who elevated my game like no other, who taught me what it took to win at the highest level, who showed me how hard you had to work and the mentality you needed to have in order to be the best, the commitment you had to make, what it meant and what it took to be a leader. Kobe.
He was incredible. Kobe demanded so much attention that he was able to find Paul Gasol, and Paul Gasol was able to finish, though.
Was Kobe a point guard?
Yeah.
And then he was...
He was like a shooting guard, point guard. But then he was like a center. Yeah, he was a thing. But they were, like I said, a front court duo. The pick and pop.
Kind of like a LeBron and Wade sort of thing?
Like that kind of relationship. That kind of play style, but more like Bosch.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, no, it brought success when he got traded to the Lakers. So the Lakers did an incredible pickup because he won the championship in 2009, 2010. And is talking more about his international career as well. He had a great career with Spain. Won 2 Olympic silver medals and a gold medal in 2006. So that on and off the NBA and Euro League, he dominated.
Yeah, a lot of European players.
Yeah, this was crazy. In this Hall of Fame is so crazy.
Amazing to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he did get injured sometimes, which did limit a lot of his time in the NBA later in the career. But then he got retired. He officially retired in 2019. He's widely considered as just his versatility as a big man, exceptional passing skills, and obviously another contribution to European basketball in Europe.
Yeah, Spain.
Hernan Gomez, I think, was another one that came from Spain as well. So a lot of Spanish players are now in the league too because of that. So it's just always in hand.
Gave a platform.
But yeah, he's one of the best European players in history. And yeah, I would love to hear what this chart has to say.
Yeah, so he is a Cancer.
Let's go. I was like, this is like the whole chart. I mean, a single Cancer.
And then
Earth.
Air.
Isn't Cancer or water sign?
Yeah, but I'm saying the rest of the people are kind of Earth and Air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to take my little point here because honestly, I need to be celebrated.
Which
Beautiful.
Cancers are known to be nurturing, family-oriented, very loyal people. They have a strong sense of loyalty.
Amen.
And his sun in Cancer might suggest his ability to create a sense of teamwork within the basketball teams.
Okay.
His nurturing, like natural, caring personality trait is positive in the locker room atmosphere. So he's probably really good at like motivating people. And another player that's a Cancer that is also like that is Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
And also a center. Now too. Yeah. Just goes to show you.
All right. What about his moon?
His moon is in Aries. Okay. So moon and Aries are associated with independence. They have a competitive spirit. They're assertive. for the people that I know that have moon in Aries, they're just like, they act on impulse with their emotions sometimes. And I love it. I love to see a little chaos.
Gotta have
Sometimes
it. Keeps it interesting.
it indicates his inner drive and competitive nature. So he has like inner drive to achieve things. And like I said, the Aries is the youngest sign in the zodiac. They want things now. Like they want, it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
So that suggests his willingness to take initiative on the court.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so that's why it goes hand in hand with Cancer and Aries. Like that's, what else does like that combination help out?
So it kind of balances them out, because Aries are known to be, they're in the fire element. So they're known to be very fiery and like very passionate, strong. And then Cancers are nurturing. They're in the water element. They're more go with the flow.
That's crazy. Water and a fire sign together though.
Yeah. It's crazy how your birth chart can reflect so much. People typically look at like your sun sign. They're like, I don't feel like that reflects me. I don't feel like that defines who I am. Well, yeah, because you have to look at the rest of your birth chart and see how that fully plays out. Like there's astrologers out there that actually look at your chart, and your chart is like this circle that has different degrees and stuff on it, like that's pointing insane. To and they'll tell you, oh, this degree means this because of this, and your mom and your dad they abused you when you were 7 because this and stuff like that.
How did that even start? Like, how did like this type of zodiac sign study start?
I'll find out in the next episode. Okay. I'm just kidding. I think I really don't know how it started. I personally got into it. I would say it's like a really cool thing to look at. Like I got into it not knowing about the rest of the zodiac. Like
you just more focus on your
sun sign. Yeah, on my sun sign. And when I learned that there's the moon, your Mercury, your Mars, and how it all connects and how that connects to us, it made sense to me, because I feel like we're connected to everything. Like we're a star ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm a star.
They say, I think I was reading something that they actually show that the type of energy that we're emitting is very similar to that of a star in the universe.
Wow. Yeah. I'm a star.
So I believe that. I believe that there's so much. I mean, the universe is insane that we're still learning, like just learning about it. So just to see more and more connections with that, it's starting to see cool. It's starting to see like, wow, like this is how it really started. Like, so I'm born here, and somebody could be born like down the street at the same time, but like they're just different. It's crazy.
And it's for me, it's interesting to like study and to know a little bit the basics. But there's people, like I said, that are fully passionate about this, that you can book a session with them and they'll tell you your triggers. They'll tell you why you are the way you are, and it's up to you if you accept that or if you want to work on it. I see it as kind of like therapy, But I see it like I first started learning about astrology through 17 magazine. It's a magazine it's like a fashion magazine, and at the back of it they have like your astrology for the month. So every month when I would get my magazine, I would read it. I'd be like, "Well, this is how my month is gonna go." Wow. That's when I first got introduced to it.
That's crazy.
And I remember when I was little, I would go shopping with my mom, and I'd look at certain things, and I'd pick it up and I'd be like, I like this one. And it would be the most expensive one. And my mom's like, wow, you're such a Virgo. You're such a Virgo.
You have great taste.
You have great taste. This is the most expensive thing in the entire store. Okay.
Of course you would have wanted.
And it was just like natural. I would always pick out the most like without even knowing luxurious things, because I just got great taste.
Fortunate for me, right?
But yeah, so
we're gonna end it there. I just want to say thank you for joining us on the cosmic journey through the 2023 NBA Hall of Fame right here on Cosmic Quartz.
Yeah, guys, we enjoyed talking about this, and we hope you guys enjoyed exploring the significance of this and the legends and just the perspective of like astrology that makes basketball so extraordinary.
And as we wrap up this episode, remember that the NBA Hall of Fame isn't just a place, it's a testament to the enduring love for basketball, the moments that inspire us, and the dreams that are realized.
And we want to invite you guys to share your thoughts, any memories of these players and the coaches, and your own cosmic perspective of this episode. If you have your little input, little feedback on what we had to say.
Stay connected with us at Cosmic Quartz on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for more captivating episodes where sports and the cosmos connect.
Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your love for sports burning bright.
This has been Cosmic Quartz, where the world of sports transcends boundaries and reaches for the stars.